All right, we're back here with the men's A live stream. You just missed like 10 seconds. We're in the second half of the 0-0 game. Kelly Lake and CNL. Courtright sends it deep. I'm going to hand off the phone to Suey here, and he's going to take you the rest of the way.
Welcome, Brew Ball Central viewers. We are in the second half of the men's A semifinal between Kelly Lake and CNL. Off the face-off, CNL control. Harv has the ball around the left face-off circle, dumps it low. Hard shot by Lar, goes wide. Charlie now, represented Harv. Stotts with the clearance, it will not be icing. And off a bad turnover from CNL on the goalie breakout, Walby gets the goal. Kelly Lake now up 1-0 off the bad turnover from CNL in their zone, creating a 2-on-1 opportunity. Brent Walby with the goal. Iaquinto with the dump in for Kelly Lake. Letourneau breaking it out here for CNL. Sikic over to Foreman. Breakaway the other way for Kelly Lake. Wrist towards the net. It goes back the other way for CNL. Casey Gibbons, back to Cam. Cam goes deep. Colin with a nice spin move to buy some more time on that breakout. Gage Grace with the ball now for Kelly Lake. Takes the zone on the boards himself. Gage gets the ball deep. Walby. Jeremy Gill. Jeremy Gill tries to backhand. It is blocked. Colin back the other way for CNL. He has Marcus to his left. Colin takes the zone. Nice wrister by CNL there, but it goes wide. Back the other way for Kelly Lake. Jeremy Bill approaching the blue line. Nick Conan. Good job by Foreman to keep the zone there for Kelly Lake, but it's back to Nate Freed, goalie for CNL, to break out. And here comes Brian Letourneau. Hasty pass middle, turnover for Kelly Lake. Better outlet pass by Letourneau there, and CNL have the zone. What a great entry and shot there by CNL. And CNL score off another horrible turnover, this time by Kelly Lake, to tie it 1-1. Very similar to the Kelly Lake goal, except this time it was Kelly Lake with the bad breakout, creating a 2-on-1 and a goalie out of position. And CNL has tied it. We have a 1-1 game. Here comes Kyle Vickery now for Kelly Lake. The ball is stolen, and CNL will break out. Dixon now to Marcus. Sorry, to Andy, not Marcus. Bad breakout again by Kelly Lake. But Cam gets right back in it to steal the ball back.
Well, that's fine, but it's safe for meeting like this.
If you're just joining us for this men's semifinal, men's A semifinal at Augsburg, we are tied 1-1 between Kelly Lake and CNL. Gage with the ball now at the top. Tries to find Walby, and it's turnover. Matt Rossiter now for CNL. Gets it deep, but nobody home for CNL on that break-in. Sots will bring it up for Kelly Lake now. Marcus with a backhand flip too high, and it goes out of the rink. Tahoe to Foreman. Over to Gage Grace. Back to Foreman. Jeremy Gill tried a centering pass there. Well defended by CNL. The turnover was a flip up to Colin. Back the other way for Kelly Lake. Walby risks it at the net from a shallow angle. Tahoe keeps the ball in the zone. Jeremy Gill with the ball in the corner now for Kelly Lake. Tries a wrist pass centering. Too many CNL bodies, and it's back the other way for CNL. It's a nice move by Harv to take the zone. Quinto. Back in the zone for CNL. Huge windup. Goes wide, but CNL still have the zone. Almost a CNL goal there, but good movement by Mike Sikic. And Sikic will freeze the ball with 4:19 left to go in the second half. CNL, ball at the top. Dixon with the ball now. Sends a wild shot in. Casey Gibbons finds Kyle Vickery on the break out the other way. Kyle hits Zach. Dixon's taking it back for CNL the other direction. Dixon still has the ball. He's going to shoot. Apologies for the camera work. Stotts to Jeremy Gill. They clear the zone to Brent Walby. Grace now with the ball. He goes for a wrister, and Nate Freed makes a great save. Two minutes and 54 seconds left in the second half. We are tied 1-1 in the men's A semifinal. No ice with Sikic coming way out of the net. Mike Sikic, the only Sikic brother for Kelly Lake today, as Pete and Tony are out of town. Nice pass by CNL there to keep possession. in the zone. Jeremy Gill now taking it the other way for Kelly Lake. Jeremy Gill gets by a defender. Brent Walby now with the ball in the corner for Kelly Lake. Gage Grace now over to Cam. Cam Courtright dumps the ball deep, and Nate Freed is again outside the net. Pass up front. Clearance by CNL, and a touch by Tahoe means no icing. Nice idea by Laterno on the centering pass, but well defended by Kelly Lake. Iaquinto now trying to take the zone. CNL wanted a tripping there, but I think it was a good no call by the referee. Foreman with a shot, but well blocked by CNL, and CNL's going the other way. Iaquinto loses his broom, quickly subs off for somebody who has a broom. Getting physical with Foreman in the corner trying to break out. And we are end of regulation, score tied in the men's A semifinal. Kelly Lake 1, CNL 1. Both goals came off of hasty turnovers in the defensive ends that led to 2-on-1 and pretty easy putback goals for both teams. For those unfamiliar with the American Broomball Alliance overtime rules, the first overtime is 3-on-3 with goalie. If it goes to double overtime, the next overtime is 4-on-4, no goalie. I will be moving to Rink B after the conclusion of this men's A semifinal for the men's C championship, but we're going to stick here with this overtime, obviously, until this men's A semifinal has completed. It looks like the three for Kelly Lake will be Brent Walby, Gage Grace, and Cam Courtright. And it looks like Charlie Mitchell and Scott Schmidt for CNL with Sam Turfa. Kelly Lake gets the zone. Walby just outside the blue line. Dumps it deep to Gage. Gage tries to center for Walby, but well defended. Nate Freed tries the long breakout. Back the other way for Brent Walby. Walby back to Gage Grace. Has the ball above the blue line. Grace falls down, still gets the ball to court right, back to Grace. Gage Grace to Cam Court right now. Gage subs out for Jeremy Gill. Good defense and takeaway by Charlie Mitchell there. Scott Schmidt over to Dixon. And I believe CNL was called for offside. Face off just outside the zone now. Harv now for CNL. The ball up at the top. Passes over for Dixon. Dixon passes over to Colin. Colin defended by Jeremy Gill right now. Harv defended by Tahoe. And that pass is going to go errant, and Tahoe easily takes the ball. Mike Sikich now looking to break out for Kelly Lake. Mike goes long to Jeremy Gill. Well defended by Colin. It's back the other way for CNL. They have a man advantage. Colin with a shot goes wide left. Harv back to Dixon at the top. Dixon looks like he's going to shoot. Passes over to Colin now. Looking to make a run in. Colin gets it, flip pass to Harv. Colin's going to switch. Sam Turfa comes in. Walby passes to Tahoe, but Tahoe is well defended in the CNL defensive zone. And it's going to go back the other way. 1:13 left to go in the first overtime. Mike Sikich to Cam Court right. Cam to Gage for the zone. Again, apologize for the camera work. Gage coming up, almost finds Walby. Mike Sikich up to Cam. Kelly Lake looking to slow it down a bit here. Long breakout to Gage. Cam down deep to Walby, almost gets it freed, able to control the ball behind the net. And that is the end of the first overtime. We are still tied in the men's A semifinal between Kelly Lake and CNL. The score is 1-1. And again, for those that don't know the typical ABA, American Blue Ball Alliance, double overtime rules, it will be 4-on-4, no goalie. Like the first overtime, sudden death, first goal wins. Tony, I apologize if I mispronounce Iaquinto. Oh, and I just mispronounced it in Iaquinto. Listen, I'm just pronouncing it like my cousin Zach Tebow called it. So I blame my cousin Zach. He's the one who should know. However, probably out of the two of us, I'm the better linguist, so. Jonathan Jonty, Quinn is not in the building. Four and four, no goalie. Both teams setting up to face off here. For Kelly Lake, it is Jeremy Gill, Brent Walby, Cam Courtwright, and Tahoe. For CNL, Brent Lars playing last back with Scott Schmidt, Dixon, and Charlie Mitchell. Ooh. Somehow Kelly Lake still have the ball. Cam Court right now with it up top. Over to Tahoe. Tahoe down to Walby, back up to Tahoe. Cam to Ta. Cam back to Gill. Down to Gill. Up to Cam. Walby with a shot that goes out and into the upper netting. Line change for CNL. Brian Letourneau coming in for last back for Lar. Harv, Sam, and Hamsky in now for CNL. Harv have it up top, passes back to Letourneau. Over to Harv, up to Letourneau, back to Harv, down low. Turfa back up to Harv, down to Sam Turfa. Turfa shoots, shallow angle, Ta with a great block. Again, Turfa with a shallow angle shot. Cam with the ball behind the net. Trying to break out, but CNL gets the ball back. Hamsky now. Dan Hamsky up to Harv. Harv down to Hamsky. Harv passes over to Sam Turfa. Harv up over to Letourneau. And Letourneau to Hamsky across the ice. Looking for something in the middle or back door. See, also the ball. Hamsky behind the net. Hamsky back up the boards to Harv. Back up to Letourneau. Letourneau over to Turfa. Back up to Letourneau, over to Harv. Harv one touch. Hamsky doesn't have a shot, so he passes back up to Letourneau, over to Hamsky. Turfa just switched for Colin. Colin to Laterno up top. Over to Colin. Kelly Lake wanted an interference call there. No call. In the 4-on-4 no overtime, double overtime, men's A semifinal. CNL and Kelly Lake are tied at 1 goal apiece. CNL break the ball in. A wrist pass, a wrist shot tried to go upper deck there. Was well wide. CNL still have the ball. Dixon to Scott. Calling back up to Lar. Lar takes a shot. Off Dixon and behind the net. Scott Schmidt now taking the ball down the boards. Gets the ball up to Dixon. Gage is hassling Dixon. I do not know what the whistle was. I apologize. What was the whistle for? What? Whistle was for the net being off. My apologies. Jesse Kellum now with the ball in the corner, getting double teamed by CNL. Tony Sikic, I need all the help I can get. Cam Court right now with the ball for Kelly Lake. Over to Tahoe. Ta down to Kellum, back up to Ta. Over to Cam. Courtright finds Jeremy Gill. Gill with some shoulder feints. Tahoe now. Gill with a nice find to Tahoe, his old Richfield buddy. But the ball goes off a defender and out of play. Cam to Ta. Ta. Over to Gill. Gill. Gill to Cam Courtright, possibly off a CNL player and in, and Kelly Lake will face Met X later today. Final score, Kelly Lake 2.